How's everyone?
Hey guys, I'm back with another.
Give me a second. That was me. That was me talking. I am sorry. I'm distracted is what I am. Um, what I want to do, I'm looking for a video to send to a friend. A video that I made. I made quite a few. Hey Ash. Ash says, hey Yogi. I have made a ton of videos in my short time on YouTube. But I'm looking for just the right one to send to someone. I've been helping with some breath work. My cat is here giving me a hard time. So I just want to make sure that I find it real quick. Ash says, I'm good. And you? I'm doing good, Ash. As I said, I'm just looking for a video that I made a few days ago. There we go. All right. Ash says, good to hear. My sister's joining now. Nice. We haven't seen your sister for a bit. Hey, Dottie. How are you, my friend? I'm going to go on a little search on YouTube in just a second. And we're going to see who is live. Our friend Jace was live a little bit ago, but he has ended it. Dottie says, hi, Ash. Dottie says, hi to Eric. Hey, it's me. So just give me a minute. I like to start the live stream usually, looking around YouTube, giving people some options. Lazy Editor, how are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. Let's see. I'm fine. How are you? I'm slowly learning what certain things mean, like HRU. How are you? Sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptake. Let's see. Dottie says I'm fine. Thank you. All right, so let's see who's live. Anything is possible. You guys subscribe? That's Bob's channel. Ash says, laughing. It's all good, Yogi. Gen Z will help you. I appreciate that. And our friend Love Our Toy Pups. I don't know if you guys will be able to open this link. It might just send you right back here. Hey, Miss Flipper, how are you? I just sent you two videos that I thought might be helpful. You'll be able to have them sort of review. Let's see. Lazy says, sorry I wasn't here. School type stuff. That's understandable. Completely understandable. Lala says, Mr. Clean, what you? What's up, Lala? How are you? Let's see. Dottie says, this will be my last visit for a while, Eric, due to Dad's diminishing health and now actively dying. Send in prayers, Dottie. I know how difficult this is. Just nothing but love for you, nothing but love for your father and for your family. If you need to reach out, just let me know. You can reach out to me on Instagram if you'd like. As well, if you want my, what is the, what app? What number? Is it what up? I don't know. But I have it. If you want it, let me know. I'll send it to you on Instagram and we can talk if you need someone to talk to. Dan says, hey, ball man, how are you? I'm going to guess you're referring to me. Just because maybe by coincidence there is another bald guy like standing right next to you and you happen to look at him. But if it is me you're talking to, I'm doing pretty good, my friend. How are you? Let's see. Lazy says, it's been a long time. I've been on your lives, bro. It has been a while. Maybe a month or so. Maybe a little more than a month. I guess you weren't in school yet, right? Miss Flipper says, thank you. You're welcome. I hope it helps. I just thought it would be good to have some things to review. Let's see. Lazy editor says, Skibidi, Toilet, Ohio, Riz, it's me. Lazy editor, it's cousin. I've heard that before. Our old friend, Laradox. Ash says, Tyler, get off Natasha's phone. Oh, that says, what's up? Ash? Let's see. Yena? Am I saying that right? It says, hi to everyone. That says, not so much. And you, Lala? Hey, anyway, if you look up above is a link for, and it might not work for you, Love Our Toy Pups. If you put her in the search engine, she is up. She's doing a live stream. A lot of fun live streams. Her live streams are a lot of fun. Right now she is, let's see. Let me make sure that let me make sure she's still up. She is still up. So, hey, go on by. Say hi. Hit the like button. And maybe if you tell her that you came here from Yogi's live stream, she will actually sing a song for you. On the spot. She'll make up a song. Just for you. That's how amazing a live streamer she is. I can't do that. I don't do that for you guys. I don't make up songs. I can't even pronounce your names right. He wants to hear a song from me when I can't pronounce your name right. However, if you go out to Love Our Toy Pops, she will sing you a song on the spot, like that. I promise you. But make sure you mention that I sent you. Yay one na. Yay one na. Did I say that right? How close am I to saying that right? Lazy editor says, "Hey guys, nice to meet you." Ash says, "This is still you." Peace, my friend. Lazy editor says, "Bye, Yogi. Take care." Alma. I'm writing that down. Actually wrote it down twice. Devin says, "What's going on?" Not much, my friend. What's going on with you? Nice to see you. Alma says, "Close enough." My name is Alma. I appreciate that. Holistic Rambo, Mind, Body, Fitness. Hey, man, I really love that name. Holistic Rambo. Hey, Eric, how are you today? It's World Mental Health Day. I hope everyone here is checking in with their mental health. That's an excellent recommendation. And not to be taken lightly. I'm going to be honest with you. I've mentioned this before. I've talked about this pretty extensively. You know, I'm a long-time yogic practitioner since I was a kid. The entirety of yoga, the spiritual path of yoga as it's supposed to be, not just the asanas. As well, I'm a primordial sound meditation teacher. Teach it for a living, as well as a breathwork coach. I teach it for the living. I help people get to sleep. I help people check in with their mental health. I help people navigate through anxiety. But you know what? Amazingly, I didn't take the time to check in with my own mental health until I found myself, I took it for granted, until I found myself suffering from anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia. And the really amazing thing is that, you know, I've had depression since my teens. And I've managed to, through all the stuff that I mentioned, not cure it, not fix it, but not even to handle it, but to be awareness to the depression itself, which just lightened the load a bit. But again, I took all that for granted. I didn't check in with my own state of mental health, and was blindsided. Not only that, I was then hit with imposter syndrome, because how can I be a teacher? How can I be someone who helps and be totally unaware of what was going on in me? Yay, oh, nah. Yay, own. Yay, ona. I always appreciate when guys can help me with their names, so thank you. Devin says, "Hey brother, what's your name?" My name is Eric, and I know meditation. Nice. Did you know pranayama? I do. I teach breath work. I make the distinction between pranayama and breath work. I practice pranayama as traditionally, not across the board, traditionally in some yogic schools, pranayama always includes the bandhas, the energy locks, which I don't teach. So I teach breath work. So I make that distinction, although I do have the certification to teach pranayama. Really like to make it simple, ways that people can And that was a great thing when I got my certification to teach breath work, was taking the traditional pranayama and making it accessible to everyday people in everyday situations. Not everything needs to be mysterious and esoteric. Nothing the matter with mysterious and esoteric. Obviously, guys, you can look at me and tell that I am a dark and mysterious kind of guy. Hey, Isabella, my friend, how are you? Isabella says, hi. It's nice to see you, my friend. But we want tools that we can latch onto now. We want something that we are in the throes of anxiety. What can I do? When I need a boost of energy, what can I do? When I need help getting to sleep, what can I do? We want all of that available, something very near, something very close. Is there anything nearer than the breath? The answer is no. Well, we could say, of course, God, love, who we are, is nearer than the breath. Or we could also say that God and love, or the Tao, is the breath. If we go back to Genesis, and we remember that we were sculpted from mud and breathed into, the breath of God is what brought us life. So it is the breath. We always return to the breath. Hey, Tandra. How are you, my friend? Let's see. Devin says, I am from India. I may know your motherland. Yes. I am from the United States, from the East Coast. Pokemon says, hello, my friend. Hey, Pokemon. How are you? So again, guys, if you have the opportunity, go over to Love Our Toy Pups. Say hi. I can't drop her link. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm on a desktop. And if I drop the link from my desktop, then it takes you right back here, right to my page. This is the name. Let's see. Towner says, good, thanks. I was playing your tune on live again earlier. I was humming your tune in my head. As you can see, I have Tandra up and running. And on your, I believe it was your very first, maybe it was your first or the second video, your theme song was playing. Hey, Joe, how are you? Joe says, hello, Yogi, and hello, everyone. We get a nice smile from Alma. Joe says, I'm working, just wanted to stop by and say hello. I appreciate that. Pokemon says, I'm good. The hurricane just went over my state of Florida. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, so it barely missed us. But I'm really feeling for people in Tampa and Sarasota. I have a friend in Tampa, and she did not evacuate. How bad did it hit Tampa? I haven't heard from her. I sent her a message this morning asking if she was safe, and I haven't heard back. Devin says, how do I feel about yoga and Indian culture? Well, as I mentioned, I've been practicing yoga pretty much my entire life. So I absolutely love the Indian culture for what they have brought to all of us. A great, great gift. Tanya says, thanks for watching them. Very much appreciated. Hey, you know what? Two things. you're welcome. And the other is, it honestly really is my pleasure. As I mentioned, um, when I'm getting work done at my desk, have you up and running. I have the volume down, but when I want to hang out with a friend, when I want to hear a friendly voice, when I want to hear a song, um, I just click on, and it's right there. So I love helping my friends, but at the same time, it really is no problem at all. It's something that I enjoy doing because I get to spend time with my friends, and I know that I'm helping, maybe just a small way, but helping nonetheless. Northern Source Seed Terra says, hi, Yogi. Hi, everyone. Hello, my friend. Thank you for stopping in, and thank you for the kind reply that you left in my video. Very much appreciated that. Pokemon says, my nephew lives in Tampa. His mayor told them to evacuate or they would die. He went to Tennessee. I was just joking with him, saying he didn't evacuate, he migrated. Now, does he feel that that was something he glad that he did? Let's see. Hey, Sheena, how are you? Sheena says, good afternoon. Hey, I'm really glad to hear that you had a good night's sleep. Let's see. Sheena says, I'm working out after lunch. Says hello to everyone. Alma says, praying for your friend. Thank you. Much appreciated. Tanya says, that's nice. Northern Star Seed says, that's no problem. I love your energy. That's much appreciated. My, those videos, don't get a whole lot of, don't get an audience. 4 or 5, sometimes over 10 views. But, the nature shorts, they do pretty well. But talking about forgiveness, talking about love, talking about that kind of stuff, just doesn't seem like there's an audience, which is okay. You do it anyway. You put the stuff out because that's what you do. The saying in the Course of Miracles is that we are teachers and students at the same time. We teach what we most need to learn. So the more I share, the more I experience that which I'm sharing. Sheena says hello, Northern, and hello to Tandra. Let's see. Northern Starseed says, hi, MFA. Sheena. Sheena says, me too, except good for once. Hey, if you ever want help with some breath work to help you sleep, let me know. Just reach out. If you are on my preferred communication is Facebook on FaceTime, but I know not everyone has Facebook or want to have Facebook. But if you do, reach out and we can do some breath work specific for sleeping. And other stuff as well. There's a breath work pattern for everything, good and bad. If you notice that you're stressed, if you notice that you're anxious, if you notice that you're anything, you're breathing in a particular way. If you check in with the breath, just check in. Don't do anything yet. Everything changes through awareness. You check in with your breath, and it starts to change completely on its own. Then you can introduce a specific breathing pattern that brings you to sleep, or brings you to peace, or brings you to whatever it is that you need at the moment. Alma says, I apologize. I have to get going. I'll catch your video sometime. And hopefully your live stream again. Have a beautiful day, y'all. Thank you, my friend. You too. I'm going to make sure that I am connected with you. Alma, I know that you are friends. Yep, I am subscribed. I know that we have connected. I just want to make sure. Miss Flipper says, love and forgiveness are my favorite topics. Mine too. And it all ties together. If I talk about love and forgiveness, I'm talking about meditation. If I'm talking about meditation, I'm talking about love and forgiveness. Everything goes hand in hand in hand. It's a lot of hands. But if you do the math, it all works out. Northern Star Seed says, Miss Flipper, mine too. And peace. Absolutely. It seems amazing to me right now, everything we're going through, especially, you know, I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm just going to mention that it's political season, as we all know. And that's a very, it's a difficult time for so many people. Family arguments, neighbor against neighbor, people picking sides. One thing I learned, even thinking that I had already learned it, is I cannot hate my way through a political season. I cannot pick a side, and I refuse to pick a side any longer. I'm declining all invitations to even conceive of a side. But we look at the political discord, we look at wars going around across the world, we look at children starving, homeless people, an age of anxiety, social distraction, and so few people pause for a second and wonder. For those who are familiar with A Course in Miracles, they'll recognize there has to be a better way. There must be a better way. We need that collectively. However, how does that happen collectively? One person at a time. We get a young friend that comes in every few live streams so she can yell at me. And what she wants to yell is free Palestine. I don't have a say in it. None. Wish I could help. I wish I could declare a ceasefire right now and gather everyone at a table and say, okay, we're going to work it out. I don't have that option. One way of dealing with that type of situation, the frustration, the helplessness, is to go around to YouTube live streams and pop up and say free Palestine. I guess it makes you feel like you're doing something. I'm not saying that's the right way. I'm not saying it's the wrong way. It's a way. Here's another way. Go within. Examine your own projections that are causing the perception of which the world we live in is. And forgive. Forgive the projections, and the perception of the world begins to change. You become peaceful. With your peacefulness, you become an extension, you become a light, and other people gather and they light from you. And on it goes, and on it goes, and on it goes. And the world changes. We're never going to change the effects. We got to change the cause. Devin says, the current situation of the entire human living is definitely needed to learn yoga for basic life. I agree, Devin. I agree. Easy, my friend, how are you? Speaking of A Course in Miracles, our friend Easy got his first copy of A Course in Miracles today. Or getting it. I don't know if it's arrived yet. Let's see. Northern Star Seed says, hello, Easy. If you guys would like to connect to Northern Starseed, here's an easy way to do it. She now has a wrench, so just click on the wrench. Let's see. Easy says it'll be here by the evening stream. Let's see. Devin says, what is the point of view of American people about yoga and pranayama? Pranayama is catching hold. More and more people are becoming interested in breath work. Yoga is still reduced to asanas. It's reduced to stretching. The If you were to mention the yamas and the niyamas, the ethical principles of yoga, if you were to mention that yoga is more truly a path of meditation so that you can obtain bliss consciousness, samadhi, that it is as much about withdrawing the senses from what's perceived and turning it inwards as it is about doing the asanas, people would look at you, what are you talking about? That makes no sense. I would say for much of the world. As a matter of fact, even at a certain point in India, they had to reintroduce because it got so filtered down. Sorry, I got to say hi to my cat. One of my cats. Let's see. Miss Flipper says, real easy. Hope you enjoy. Course in Miracles. Hey, easy. Our friend Miss Flipper has been a long time student of A Course in Miracles. As a matter of fact, she has a jar of imperatives. Do you want to know what a jar of imperatives is? Ask Miss Flipper, because it's her story. It's pretty amazing. Fishbowl. Fishbowl. I apologize. I said a jar. And if you think a jar, here, this is tea tree oil. This is a jar. You can fit, what, 6 imperatives in this? A fishbowl, you can put an infinite amount of imperatives in a fishbowl. Hey, easy. I got to correct myself. It is, thanks to Miss Flipper for that reminder, it is a fishbowl of imperatives. Hey, Miss Flipper, if you ever want to send me a photo, I will post it on my community page, giving you full credit. Miss Flipper's Fishbowl of Imperatives. Making sure I'm up to date on the conversation here. Don't want to miss anyone. So have you guys visited yet? Love Our Toy Pups. You want to go there, you want to hear your song. She will make up a song just for you. Miss Flipper says, will do. Awesome. I will, easy. Look at my community page in the near future, and I will, you'll see the photo of the Fishbowl of Imperatives. And it's ingenious, and it incredibly helpful for activating A Course in Miracles in your life on a daily basis, on an hourly basis if you need it. What is the saying from A Course in Miracles? That A Course in Miracles is easy, but it's different. We all approach it from the ego, because especially when we pick it up under the assumption that we are an ego, and yet the Course speaks past the ego to spirit. It past the ego to the Holy Spirit. And we're not ready for it. But the Course has the answer, which is the workbook. It takes you right at the beginning. And as I mentioned, it teaches in negation. It begins by, I got it right here, begins by telling you what you're not, as well as what you're seeing isn't what you think you're seeing. Devin says, hey, Runner Boy, how are you? Man, big bench with a pause. That was awesome. Hey, Night Watcher. Night Watcher says, hello. I always try to attend streams, even though lately I lose energy at night. Hey, I always appreciate you stopping in. Devin says, brothers and sisters of America, all American people should know about asanas and pranayama. I agree. I practice the asanas. I do have my 200-hour teaching certification, but I'm a little less interested in the asanas. I'll be honest with you. Pranayama and meditation seem more vital, especially I think to Americans. Pranayama and meditation allow us to step back. And Americans, I'm going to say, I don't want to single out Americans, Western society is a very forward-moving society. On the get-go, striving, reaching for things. You get something, you reach for the next thing. You get the next thing, you reach for the bigger thing, the better thing. Everything's always out of reach, as designed, because we live upon an industry that keeps us wanting. If you don't want, you're not buying. If you don't buy, then major corporations don't make a profit. And we feel that our dissatisfaction with life can be fulfilled. I don't know why we think that, because it never has, which is why we keep striving. It's only going to take one more thing. It's only going to take one more car, or better car, or faster car, or shinier car. It's only going to take a new relationship, a better relationship, different relationship. It's going to take something other than what we have right now. Because if what I had right now brought me happiness, I would be happy. However, our true essence is already happiness, happiness itself, joy itself, a happiness that isn't based on conditions. So you don't need to do anything. You don't even need to practice A Course in Miracles if you get it. You don't even need to meditate if you get it. However, A Course in Miracles is a course on achieving the easy miracle of being who you truly are. Meditation is simply sitting with who you are. Not what you say is your stream at 11 p.m. here. This one or my next one? Easy says, I haven't read many books in my life. I know the course is a long one. I'm going to go slowly and really absorb it as much as I can. Well, there's 365 lessons. You ask nothing more than to do one a day, no more. And if need be, you can work for with one lesson for a longer period of time, however long you want. The only rule, just one lesson a day. And then with a text, however you read it. Let's see. Devin says, a meditation first step is achieving zero thought from inner heart. Well, it depends, I think, your school of meditation. Mantra meditation, don't even worry about stopping your thoughts. Vipassana meditation, don't even worry about stopping your thoughts. As a matter of fact, insight meditation is based upon observing your thoughts. Mantra meditation is simply focusing on one thought while allowing the other thoughts to dissipate. It's a difficult word for me. I gave myself an actual smile when I said it slowly and correctly. For those longtime viewers of Jesse Yogi misspeaking words in his office, you'll be impressed. Maybe that should be the name of my channel. Jesse Yogi mispronouncing words in his office. if I ever stop doing burpees, which might be tomorrow, guys, honestly, that will be the name of my channel. Now what you say is, Yogi, if you were in the 80s, you probably could have become some kind of yoga gym franchise tycoon. You know, I was very fortunate with the yoga that I learned, which was originally from the Self-Realization Fellowship as presented by Paramahansa Yogananda, who wrote Autobiography of a Yogi. And it was like, okay, that's the yoga I want to practice, which had absolutely nothing to do with fitness, physically. He did teach energetic exercises that had a sort of a basis in yoga. When I was 11, I bought a book, much to my mother's chagrin. She tried to talk me out of it. And she generally never tried to talk me out of books. She was a school teacher. My dad was a school teacher. Whatever he read was fine. No real guidelines. But she was like, you sure you want this? A book on yoga. You're 11 years old. What are you going to do? I said, I'm going to teach myself yoga. That was the title. Teach yourself yoga. I still have it in the next room. I can think of nothing worse than being a rich franchise tycoon. Or a tycoon of any kind. Miss Flipper says, easy imperatives are a certain type of sentence structure that sounds like instructions. Close your eyes, sit down, enjoy yourself, etc. The course is full of them. You are literally told everything you need. It's a course. It's a Course in Miracles. Let's see. Not what it says. Oh, not what it says. The wrench isn't even a status symbol anymore. Just means you've been 4 or 5 more streams. It was never meant to be a status. It was meant to be a helping aid so that people could connect with each other's channels. Last thing I'd ever want is to bestow a status symbol upon someone. Now what you says, I challenge you to say this easy Bangla sentence. Amar Nam, Eric McCarty, or my name is Eric McCarty. Devin says, hi Master, give some tips for software professionals, Fortress. I have no tips or even understanding. I know the word software. I know it is the opposite of hardware. There you go. That is the extent of my knowledge. However, our friend Nightwatcher here, he knows his stuff. Let's see what Nightwatcher might be able to offer you. So, easy. The fishbowl of imperatives, as Miss Pipper says, you know, certain sentences, found instructions, very on point instructions. Do this. You are this. Imagine a fishbowl. Imagine a big fishbowl. Imagine going through the course and finding the imperatives and having them printed out. How many you might have. It's a big book. A big book filled with imperatives. And then imagine having that fishbowl full, and in any odd moment of the day, whenever you need guidance, whenever you just feel like it, reaching in and pulling out an imperative. The course is speaking to you. Here's the thing. The Holy Spirit is speaking to you all the time, every day, every single moment, because it's your true voice. However, we listen to the ego. The ego is not in communication with the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit can't even recognize what the ego is. How can reality know what a figment of imagination could be? How could reality know what an illusion is? It can't. Because if it was recognized, it would no longer be an illusion. It would be something. It's up to us to choose between our imaginary voice, our illusory voice, or our original voice, the Holy Spirit. When we do, that's a miracle. Miracles are natural. And we can ask for one in any single moment. So when we reach in, when Miss Flipper reaches into the fishbowl of imperatives, she pulls out a miracle, a reminder that miracles are possible in this moment right now. Not what you said. You said that perfectly, but with a kind of American accent. Brava. Well, thank you. You know that doesn't happen often. And I would probably, if I said it 10 times, I would mispronounce it 9 and get it right that once. And since the first time I did it, I said it right once, I'm not going to bother trying to say it 9 more times. I am now retired. I'm retired from speaking Bangla for our friend Nightwatcher. Nightwatcher says, having a touch of grass. Miss Flipper says, I'll reach in now. What will be coming forth from the fishbowl of imperatives, guys? Stay tuned. Hey, Sabine, my friend, how are you? Sabine says, so our friends in Yogi Eric's chat. I appreciate you being here, Sabine. We are talking quite a bit about what you and I were talking about this morning. We're talking about forgiveness. And we're talking about why does forgiveness seem so difficult? Why can we forgive some and not others? And the answer is always, Fred says, Yogi, hey Fred, how are you? Smith says, I'm good. I get a yogi. It's a lot of yogis, man. Smith says, oh, that is good to talk about. It is good to talk about. Let's see, Fred has a problem. What's your problem, my friend? It's so difficult because we're tempted to forgive from the ego, and the ego always forgives with conditions. You are forgiven when I no longer hurt. You are forgiven when I think you have been hurting enough. When you've suffered enough, I will forgive you. It's subtle. We don't actually think you need to suffer, but it's that subtle underlying. Have you really thought about what you did? Course in Miracles says it doesn't matter what you did. You are looking to see the light of God within everyone. It's not about behaviors. We never forgive a behavior. Ever. And all forgiveness is handed over to the Holy Spirit. It's handed over to God. Because the ego doesn't want to forgive. The ego's identity is based upon a grievance, of a resentment, a feeling that it has been harmed, and how dare you harm the ego? How dare you harm me, since we believe that we are solely an ego? Let's see, Fred, you know, almost every time you come here, we have a moderator time you out. And that's why. This is exactly why. I know you like coming in. I know you like being funny. I appreciate your sense of humor. But sometimes it's about reading the audience. You know? I don't mind joking when it's time to joke. Obviously, I don't mind joking almost all the time. Threading humor in every discussion that we have. Not which is sorry, I was reading a comic. My bad, I'm sorry. No need to apologize. What comic are you reading, Nightwatcher? Sabine says, thank you, Nightwatcher. Nightwatcher is a moderator's moderator. Nightwatcher says, solo leveling, it's Korean. Gotcha. Devin says ego can be diluted with self-knowledge. Exactly. And that's a perfect description. Diluted. We don't need to destroy the ego. We don't need to fight the ego. That's what the ego wants. Wants a confrontation. Sweet says that was a comical. Laughing out loud. Not watch is laughing. But as our friend Devin says, diluted by self-knowledge, by self-knowing. When we know the self, we know that we are not the ego. The ego is just an appearance, a collection of thoughts that has gained a sense of identity and has literally taken over our lives because we believe we are the ego, solely the ego. Yoga, the entire path of yoga is seeing that we are not an ego, letting it go, and then we reach our original state of consciousness, which is bliss consciousness. For me, Nightwatch just says, should I mute Thread? Yeah, if you want to give him a shot. He'll probably, if he comes back, he'll probably do the same thing. He does it every couple of days. If there was like a ton of people here, I generally let it go. Someone else times him out. I've never timed him out myself. I've never even asked anyone to time him out. But it just, my guess is he's pretty young. It just gets, I'll be honest with you, it gets boring more than anything. I give him credit because he comes in and a different approach each time. So I give him credit. Hey, Alexandria, how are you, my friend? How are you feeling? Now what you says, everyone deserves a second chance. I agree. But here's what I love about A Course in Miracles. Now what you say is, I mean, I grew out of that weird phrase at like 10 or 11. Alexandria says, feeling okay, just tired? Well, I'm glad about the first part. I'm glad that you're feeling okay. And tired's to be expected. Now what you says, phase at Threads in. Yeah, fortunately, the internet did not exist when I was that age. So A Course in Miracles simplifies things. Amazingly so. It takes the entirety of yoga. In yoga, they have the 5 afflictions, the kleshas. These are the thought systems that literally rule our mind without us knowing it. Our addictions. We are addicted to a false identity, the ego. We are addicted to our attachments. We are addicted to our aversions. We are addicted to our fear of death. And we are ignorant, that's the 5th one, of all of that. We don't know what we don't know. And yet it guides the entirety of our life. Course in Miracles says fear. It's all based on fear. And with that fear, with those 5 afflictions, we project it. And we live our life with the misperception that that's actually reality. We are projecting who we think we are out into the world when that's not really who we are. Course in Miracles sums it all up with we are projecting fear based upon guilt. The guilt that we are small, separate entities, apart from the whole, apart from the source, apart from each other. And with that judgment, with that creating fear, we project it out into the world, and we live in a fear-based world. That's why forgiveness is so difficult. It's all based upon fear. Course in Miracles says, don't deal with the projections. If you want to change the world, we turn within. We work on ourselves. We work our own projections. That's what we are forgiving. Because the perceptions aren't real. Why would you want to forgive a perception? It's not real. How do you forgive an illusion? You shine light on it. How do you recognize light? You turn within to find your own light that is always shining, can never even possibly be extinguished. Let's see. Selma, my friend, how are you? Selma says, I took my sister to the doctor yesterday night. Selma says hi to Tandra. She had a shot. Yep, I believe you mentioned that, my friend. Hey, Will, how are you? Well, it says, hello, Eric, how are you? I'm doing good, my friend. You know what? I shared out your live stream yesterday. I haven't been able to make one, though. I'm looking forward to it, though. I did look in, and I saw you were displaying your knife collection, or some of it. Pretty amazing looking. Someone says, my sister is at the hospital right now. Did you say she was going to have surgery? So, this is why A Course in Miracles says forgiveness is all important. If you want to be free, if you want to be happy, if you want to be joyful, and for me, that first one I mentioned, freedom, that was the selling point. More than anything, I wanted to be at peace. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be free of my own mind junk. And I seem to have quite a bit of it. I don't want to compare my mind junk to your mind junk, but I will say it's some quality mind junk, and it's a lot. Through the years, I'm able to relate to it on an entirely different level. Mind junk is just that. It's not me. I'm aware of the mind junk, and that has been so much easier. Someone says, liver surgery. Yes, I remember, my friend. And that is, when is that going to happen? Now what it says, my grandma died when I was 12, April 20 something, 2021. Didn't know how to handle death at that age, so I didn't feel anything. But now I feel guilty, not feeling anything. But you just described exactly why you didn't feel anything, because you didn't know how to handle death. Don't feel guilty for what you didn't know how to do, because if you knew how to do it, you would have. Someone says today, hey, my prayers, our prayers are with your sister. So I have the photo of the fishbowl of imperatives, and I will have it up on my community page right after the live stream. It's pretty amazing, and I want to mention again, ingenious. Even my cat, if you heard her, just said so. My cat looked at it and was like, wow. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think my cat would have preferred actual fishes in the fishbowl rather than imperatives. But, you know, hey, cats don't always get what they want. Now what you say is my grandma on my dad's side, Gotcha. We got some emojis from Sheena. Thank you, Sheena. Someone says I had to hold her tightly. I'm glad you were there to hold her, though. Sheena says, I'm still here and listening and working in the background. I appreciate that. Had to sit down and rest. Are you guys connected with my food addiction? She's on an incredible journey of healing. She's taken all of us with her. Here's the amazing thing about healing. When one person is healed, the entire world is healed. However, the entire world doesn't realize that yet. Not yet. but that always puts the onus directly on us. That's why I say to my friend who wants me to free Palestine, if you want peace, be peaceful. We got a lovely heart emoji. Let's see. Selma says she's moving. Now what she says, Yogi, when you turn 60, you will officially gain granddad status. No, I'll officially gain granddad status when my stepdaughter ever has a child. She does not seem interested in having a child. 60, man. Next April. A week after my 50th birthday, I completed my first 100-mile run. Next year, for 60, if my back holds up, I injured my back last year, right around this time. It slowed me down, but it didn't stop me. Some things that I can't do very well right now, workout-wise. Didn't affect my burpees. Still able to get a whole lot of reps. It affected my yoga just a bit. But fortunately, I'm basically doing all that I've ever done before. It's just, I got to be watchful. Someone says I'm at the hospital now. Prayers, my friend. We're sending you prayers. Let's see. Sheena says every day. Now what it says, no, the figurative Gramp status. Like when you gain UNC status. 25 to 29. What comes after the UNC status? Someone says, I came on here with you guys. I guess I can handle the Gramp status. Dad status 35 to 40. So before I started ultra running, I was a competitive kettlebell lifter. I only did online certification or online competitions because back then, it was in the 2005 to 2009, 2010, very new sport. They didn't have a whole lot of competitions. Most of them were pretty far away. Internationally, in Russia, they have them all over the place, but I wasn't going to travel to Russia. It wasn't that good. However, for a brief period of time, I might have been one of the top 2 master, meaning for my age, 40 plus, kettlebell lifters in my weight class in the United States. Top 2. Sounds really impressive. Until you realize that there was probably about 20 of us in the United States who were actually doing this, and that maybe 1 or 2 of them were in my weight class, and maybe 1 might have been in my age group, and that would be me, making me that top. It's easy to be, big fish in a little pool. However, I love training for it. Brutal sport, hardest thing I've ever done. 10-minute set with double kettlebells is harder than running 100 miles for me. But I put it aside so I could do ultra running. I still train, but lightly. And I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to make a comeback since I'm not ultra running anymore. I'm going to make a comeback in kettlebell sports. If my back holds up, it starts tomorrow. And my goal on my 60th birthday is 60 reps in 10 minutes of double kettlebell clean and jerk. I'll demonstrate that tomorrow, hopefully. Relatively light kettlebells compared to what I used to do. That's okay. I'm not trying to be what I used to be. I'm trying to be what I presently am. And guess what? You don't have to try to be who you presently are. You already are. You just need to relax and not make a wish to be something other. Imagine that. If you didn't have a wish to be something other than what you are right now, you're instantly at peace. My favorite line, at least recently, of A Course in Miracles is the one wholly true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. It's not here. The 40-year-old me that was doing kettlebell sport and top of the game, not here. Will never be here. Doesn't need to be here. Night Watcher says, I wonder why random people call you a crackhead and other stuff. I wonder why. They call everyone that on YouTube. Hey, Lever Toy Pups. I was talking about you. I was sending people on over. I said, if you guys show up, Lever Toy Pups, on her live stream that is right now going on, she will sing you a song, and it's guaranteed. It comes with a Love Our Toy Pups guarantee. You can take that guarantee to the bank. It's going to happen. But you got to show up. You can't come here and say, hey, I was going to go to Love Our Toy Pups live stream, but I didn't make it. Could you sing a song in replacement? The answer is no. I cannot sing a song in replacement. One, I'm not nearly as clever. She comes up with a song like that. Two, I don't have that kind of voice. Three, I'm lazy. I just don't want to do it. So hello, my friend. How are you? Someone says, I hear my sister screaming, but she's in the hospital, right? So she is with people. You're nearby. That's a help. Just knowing that you're nearby. And she is with people who are caring for her. Someone says, you are my sunshine, singing to our friend. Love Our Toy Pups. Love Our Toy Pups says, thank you, Soma. And Soma says, you're welcome, Puppy Mommy. Now, Butcher says, I sometimes call you a crack to be absolutely 100% Wallah, an Islamic promise that is, if broken, you'll go to hell. You do look like a crackhead. Have you ever seen a crackhead before? Let's see. Laboratory Pup says, Eric, you are the best. Well, thank you, my friend. I have friends from my past who have died. Crack addiction. So as much as I joke about all kinds of stuff, never something that I joke about. Never joke about addictions. I have fought my own addictions. Mentioned before, alcohol. You join people where they are. You join people in their battles where they are, and you help. If what you say isn't going to help, we don't say it. Selma says, I love you. And we get a beautiful song, You Are My Sunshine. Song always reminds me of my father. Had a special place in his heart for my mom with that song. Laboratory Pup says, does not watch you being serious. Yeah. Sadly so. Let's see. Lala, my friend, how are you? Now what you says, it was a joke. Level Point Flip says it's not a nice word to use. No, it isn't. Selma says hi to Laza. Let's see. Sorry, guys. My energy is so low today. That's okay. You know, I was talking about meeting people where they are. Let's see. Night Watcher says, instant regret it. Hey, Night Watcher. It's not a problem, my friend. In the history of my channel, there has always been a Night Watcher. In the history, I should say, in the history of my live streams, there's always been a Night Watcher. Night Watcher's always been a good friend. But sometimes I just like to, you know, clarify stuff. In no way, nothing to regret, nothing to feel bad about. So, yeah, we were talking about, you know, meeting people where they are. So, some days are low energy days for whatever reason. Physically, emotionally. Oh, it says, I'm good, Jace. Hi, Selma. How are you? Did I miss Jace? So, love our toy pups. We will meet you where you are, and we will extend love. Let's see. Selma says, Laza, you're my sunshine as well. And she's doing well. You guys hear my cat? Oh, it says, you're the best, Selma. Thank you. Someone says, Laza, you know, love the toy pups. I believe you have met. Says, I do not know them personally. I just met them on here with everyone else. Hey, this way to truly, truly meet Love Our Toy Pups is on a Love Our Toy Pups live stream. That's the best way. Then you get the full Love Our Toy Pups experience. We could call it a Love Our Toy Pups extravaganza. Someone says, going to see my best friend, James Spar. Nice, Selma. I'm happy to hear that. Let's see. Toy Pup says, tomorrow, Slice is actually my homework from my first boot camp. So what are the boot camps that you're doing? Or actually, I think I heard you say in your live stream that you are not at liberty to say right now. Is that right? And what it says, code 16, Aardvark alert, Jace is not here. See, this is why Night Watchers is a top mod. Because he springs into action when action is needed. Lala says, have fun, Selma. Tomorrow live. All will be revealed tomorrow live. Toy Pup says, I think I'm just overwhelmed. That end is supposed to be that end is supposed to be overwhelmed. Hey, Toy Pups, I've mentioned this to others in the live stream. I probably mention it all the time. You know, I teach breath work and meditation for a living. And I teach it to my friends for free. If you are here, you are my friend, you're my family. Reach out, send me a message on Facebook, and I will teach you breath work and meditation. I normally start with breath work because breath work can give you 90%, 95% of the benefits of meditation. You can learn it like that. 1-2 breaths in 15 minutes. 10 breaths of a specific breath will change you completely, will change your energetic state. You will go from that, you can go from the parasympathetic, which is rest and digest, to the sympathetic, which is fight or flight, or you could go from fight or flight back to the parasympathetic in 10 breaths. Someone says, my sister's crying. Sending love to your sister, my friend. And of course, meditation helps with that being overwhelmed, because it gives us that Herman Melville, author of Moby Dick, called it our Insula Tahiti, that Isle of Peace, untouched by the turbulence of daily affairs. Meditation provides you that Insula Tahiti. Lola says, supposed to be an exclamation point, Mark. I was saying Jace. Gotcha. Toy Pup says, yes, I can't really talk about anything for the 8 weeks I'm in class. 8 weeks. Man, how are you going to keep a secret for 8 weeks? I can't keep a secret for 8 minutes. I can't keep a secret for 8 seconds. Lover Toy Pups has a resolve of a samurai warrior, a shogun. I could not do it. It's privileged info. Selma says, Puppy Mommy, I'm here for you. Thank you, Selma. Toy Pup says, I'm here. Toy Pup says, yes, thank you so much, Eric. You're welcome. Someone says, I love Puppy Mommy singing. I do too. I love the whole live stream. Even the hypnotic effect. Even the hypnotism. And it works every time. Someone says she speaks Spanish. Unfortunately, I do not. Now what it says, trademarking the line code 16 aardvark alert for all general announcements. Well, we know code 16 is pretty severe. Is there anything above a code 16? Toy Pup says, it's so hard to keep a secret. I'm struggling. I could tell on your live stream. You mentioned it. And I kept mentally urging. Go ahead. Let us know. Just whisper it. No one else will hear. But you didn't crack. I was sending direct yogic whispers. Spill the secret. Spill the secret. Man, and her resolve, 100%. Wasn't even close to cracking. How she resisted the yogic mind meld, I'll have no way of knowing, but she did. Let's see. Selma says, I love Puppy Mommy speaking Spanish. I don't know if I heard her speak Spanish on the live stream. I think I might have to make a request. I might need to make the yogi song that I get when I come in Spanish, the Spanish version. Is there a Spanish version? Let's see. Someone says, Puppy Mommy is my best friend forever, and I always love her. That's nice. Hey, Beth, how are you? Beth says, hello, host. Hello, my friend. Are you guys connected with Tita Beth's home and life and cooking? Now, what you says, Selma, you're Indian, right? Toy Pup says, I heard you, I was struggling. But you know what? You dug right in. You didn't budge. Beth says like 24. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. So I hope you connect with Beth. I hope you guys connect with Toy Pups. Let's see. Someone says I'm speaking all kinds of languages. Nice. I barely speak English. Someone says I can teach you. Well, I appreciate that offer, my friend. It is very kind of you. Let's see. Beth says, can I ask you to like my premiere? Of course you can. Absolutely. It is in 5 days. And let me leave a message. We'll get the algorithms at work as well. Let's share it out now just to get people's attention. You know what? When you're presented with an opportunity, guys, dive in. Do it now. If you get the opportunity to help out a friend, help him right now. So what we want to do is share this out now. Premiere. Let me make sure that I spell Premiere correctly. It's not guaranteed. Even as I look right at the word, it's not guaranteed that I will spell it correctly. And it premieres in, oops, I hit the wrong button. All my hard work typing, spelling Premiere correctly, and I messed up. Premieres in 5 days. So put that out there now. Share it again. Keep it fresh in people's minds. You know, our good friend Goga, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, did a class on the community page and the value of it. Take advantage of the community page. As well, I forget who it was who said it. I think it was our friend Nightmare who came in and said that the community page has actually become a viable social media platform completely independent of videos. Great way of communicating things. Share your stuff. Make it part of your story. Make it part of your creative expression. YouTube's about creativity. You, who you are, is creativity itself. You're not separate from the creative source. It's always there. You're always in tune to it. But we forget. There's no such thing as writer's block. There's no such thing as creative block. You're simply being led in a different direction than where you think you should be doing. Say, I want to write about this, and we get stubborn. If I don't write about this, I'm not going to write at all. And when you can't write at all, you say, I have writer's block. You don't. You're just not listening. You're not listening to those creative whispers. Inspiration itself. Telling you what to write about. Look out the window. There's a million blades of grass. Each one has its own story. Write about a single blade of grass. Write about grass. Write about a cloud. Write about a tree. Paint. Color. Don't be afraid to go outside of the lines. Use the crayon of your choice. Sorry, coloring is on my mind because our great friend Toy Pups was coloring today. And I use the example of coloring all the time. There was a time in your life when you were joyfully using a brown crayon to color the sky, and you were using a green crayon to color a mountain, and you were using a purple crayon to color a tree, and didn't even know what a line was. Some well-meaning adult came along and said, nope, you're doing it wrong. Stay in the lines, use the right crayon. Don't mess up again. and we've never recovered. Never been the same. But now you got permission. Ignore the lines. Pick your own crayon. Be like Harold and the Purple Crayon. You guys remember that? Draw your own world through your imagination. Imagination is power. Remember, Emerson said that the ancestor to every thought, the ancestor to every action is a thought. So let your imagination go wild. 1 second. I need to get back into the chat. I just want to share out our friend Beth's premiere. Exercise is good. A great one is the name of the premiere, guys. Premieres in 5 days. Will be on the 16th. I hope to see you guys there. All right, I'm back in, guys. Let's see. Someone says everything is cake. Todo es pastel. It's as close as I'm gonna get. Hey, Hawk70 says stopping in before I go live. That is awesome because in about 5 minutes I'm going to sign off for the afternoon. I'll be back, and that means I can stop by, say hi to our friend Hawk. Guys, you want to see how burpees are done? I'm assuming you're gonna do burpees today, right, Hawk? That watcher says, Yogmeister. Let's see. That watcher says, Selma, grant you mod privilege to end the live stream by saying another great live because I'm leaving. Yogi explained what the sentence means to us, to Selma. Another great live is the traditional ending. There's 2 traditional endings. Another great live, Eric Lapointe, when he is here, and you never know when Eric Lapointe might be here. You always know what's the end. He says another great live, and you got to end it. He also might say, Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants, and you know it's the end. Do you guys remember the Carol Burnett show? No. I know you don't. You probably don't. Some of you might. She would end her show tugging on her ear, which was a message to her daughter that everything was okay and she'll be home soon. So another great live, and Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants is tug of the ear. Let's see. Lignell Maris says, hi, hello, my friend, how are you? Toy Pup says hi to Lignell. Lignell says, hi. Not much it says, I mean, to be completely honest, Goga teaches basic marketing. Community tab is an easy way to parasocial marketing. If we go more in depth, it'll be boring. It'll bring down the mood. Well, he does want to teach basic stuff. But here's the thing. I need the basic stuff. I didn't know it. I had used it, but it wakes you up to the extent of what it can be used. Today is Navy SEALs Thursday. Guys, do you know what a Navy SEAL burpee is? If you don't, here's your chance to find out. Go visit Hawk076. He's going to go live in just a minute or two, right? Let's see. Toy Pup says, coloring is so relaxing. Yeah, it can be a form of meditation, actually. Also makes you feel accomplished and content when you're done. That watch just says, Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants. And he probably has. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to do my own, speaking of meditation, I'm going to do my own last meditation for the day. And Hawk will be live in about 30 minutes. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. I appreciate you stopping in. That watcher says Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants. He does. With that, guys, that is the symbol. It's time to go. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. I'll be back in about not quite 3 hours. 2 hours and some minutes. Whatever those sums add up to. We'll see. Thank you. See that? Eric Lapointe. Some say you got to say Eric Lapointe 3 times as he's turning a circle for him to show up. I like to think you just need to be pure of heart, clean of spirit, and sound mind, and your inner Eric Lapointe will show up and guide you along the way. That's what I like to say. I don't know why I like to say it, because I'm weird. But hey, you guys knew that, which is why you're here, hanging out with me. If you weren't weird, man, then what are you doing here? Let's see. Night Watcher's laughing. I beat Eric Lapointe. Eric Lapointe is laughing. All right. So, with that, hey, Toy Pups. Look me up on Facebook if you want, and I will teach you some breath work if you would like, some yogic breath work, and that can help lift you up. Great thing about breath work, it lifts you up or it brings you down as needed. Or I'll send you some videos that I made demonstrating breath work. Always happy to. Night Watcher says I was playing 4D checkers while he was chess while he was playing checkers. Unless that is what he wants you to think. And we have already moved on from Ozzy Osbourne sniffing ants to something concerning wombats. You never know. Someone says, sorry, the people at the hospital need me in the emergency room. God bless you, my friend. Toy Pup says, yes, Eric, please. We need to hope you can get. If you look for me on Facebook, we got code 1. You don't want to get code 2. Code 1 is when you mention wombats once. Code 2 is when you mention wombats twice. Code 3 is when you mention wombats 3 times. You don't want it to get to code 3. It's a national wombat emergency. Not to be invoked lightly. Let's see, now what it says, skedaddle people. I am skedaddling. So, yeah, feel free. Reach out. Facebook if you're on it. Or send me an email. It's on my community page. It's got to be spoken, I believe. I have to check the wombat bylaws. So, as a matter of fact, this evening there might be a poll of wombats versus crabs, as crabs beat out oysters for some inexplicable reason that I'll never be able to figure out, but they have. So it's time for the next poll. Stay tuned tonight. Something to look forward to. Toy Pup says, I'm feeling a bit inspired. I might do another short live today. If you do, I will be there. Looking forward to it. Someone says, love you guys more. Love you too, my friend. Not what she says. Okay, thank you, Jogmeister. All right, be on the lookout. Lover Toy Pups. Be on the lookout for Hawk. Be on the lookout for Tita Breath's premiere in the 16th. 5 days. It's also Mocha's birthday, by the way. Code 3. Everything is going to shut down. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. Ola says, love you all. I'm in the background just cleaning and supporting Cleo on his live stream. Leo on his live stream. Gotcha. I didn't know Leo was live. I'll check him out. Guys, I'll see you later. Bye, Jace. Thanks for coming in, my friend.